Hey traders, we're going to do a market update to show you what I see what actually happened last week and moving forward what I see happening this week. So let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to talk about what I see. Man, I got my mouse, my microphone, my pad, trying to do everything through here. So what I do see, guys, is by looking at the markets, you can see we actually had another small little update. We've been having these small little updates happening in the markets itself. So what I'm seeing here is I'm actually seeing this to be quite weak. I was saying in my last video that on the hourly chart, if I go to the hourly chart, this is the hourly chart here. If I go to the hourly chart, this is actually looking really, really weak because you got this sort of like flag formation. Now we broke out of that flag formation, or should I say, we just sort of continued up in it, and then we came, and you can see how this had this big, the second last hour had this big drop down, and then we had this sort of sideways hourly chart, or sort of sideways hourly bar. In any event, by looking at these charts, guys, this is getting really, really extended, yeah, it's to me, I really see this as a sucker rally. I don't see this as anything else. You can see how the Dow Jones just had a small little update, and then suddenly, like same as the S&P 500, just had this big up bar, and then last 3 days getting into this resistance level, as you can see. Just struggling to go up. Same with the Nasdaq as well too. Just basically a nothing day as well too. And the Russell, if I take everything off the screen there, that's actually the major resistance line there where it is right now. You can see pretty much a nothing day as well too. So looking at these markets, guys, I really do see that the overall picture here is, I just don't like this upside movement. And I'm definitely not bullish in this market. I don't think we're going to race to new highs. I just don't think that's going to happen. But by looking at the markets and by looking at what we're seeing here, we're seeing this continued small moves to the high side and running into this area of resistance is still showing me that this is definitely not strong. This whole move through here. If I show you this here, the vertical move in this move has just been crazy. We've had like maybe one or two pullbacks. But the vertical move in this move has just been from here to here. So as you know, as the market does that, generally we'll start to get some pullbacks. So I'm expecting at least some sort of rejections through here and a pullback to at least the 1950 level, and then if not, a lot more moving down. Now, some people literally say, "Oh, John, you drew a straight line from 2,000 down to 18,000, and it didn't happen yesterday. What's next?" You guys crack me up. No, the market won't go from 19,000 to 18,000 in one day. It may happen over a month, or maybe shorter. But what I do see, guys, is I do see that the overall market is getting into the area where it's likely to get a lot of rejection where it is right now. And guys, looking at the weekly charts as well too, looking at the overall weekly charts, from this one here, if you keep this weekly chart in mind, guys, like look at the S&P 500 where we are right now. It's exactly where we are at this area of resistance. If you keep this area, same with the Nasdaq as well too. Well, that's the S&P. Same with the Dow Jones. Within this area of resistance on the Dow Jones, especially that the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and also the Russell, we're in these areas. So I'm actually calling for a bearish week. I'm calling for a bearish week. I'm not calling for a crash. I'm not calling for for a 70% crash this week. I'm not calling for a massive move down on Monday. No, I'm just saying I'm calling for a bearish week. Now, I believe we're going to finish on a negative tone. And who knows? Who knows? You know, maybe things are going to come out and we really start to get heated on the downside. So that's just what I see in this markets. We're getting ready for more downside to come. We've got bearish. A lot of things are showing bearish in this market. So I'm definitely not a buyer in these markets. I won't be a buyer in these markets. Because you just don't know how long this rally is going to last, and that's what you know, this rally can keep moving higher, but we are definitely getting into lots and lots of areas of resistance in the markets right now. So there we go, guys. That's my little market update for you guys. The market is definitely getting to this area of resistance. I'm seeing the rejection. I'm seeing a rejection happening this week, and I do see we're likely to start rejecting, and we're likely to start pulling back off this level. Hey, it's John Howell here, and thanks so much for watching my video. You see, I'm putting out daily videos and education on helping you learning the art of successful trading. So click on the subscribe button to keep up to date with every video I do. Also, check out my story video, $250,000 in debt, cancer, overweight, family passing away, lived on the streets, and more, and how I overcome it and now thriving through my life. This is here to motivate you, so click on that image to watch my video. And lastly, if you're struggling with your trading, then you need to see my latest webinar where I'm sharing with you an amazing strategy that allows you to generate an income without getting the direction right. So click on that image on this page to register for my next free webinar. This is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.